Looking good.
We found all this food.
Yeah.
Hey there, boss.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Jake, your friend from Widmer Brothers Brewing. Here we are at the Fine X Studios, and today we have a special guest, a local chef, Tom, to talk a little bit about a recipe that you can make at home.
So what I want to do is a fritter. Fritters are something that we ate all the time in my family growing up. My grandmother's from Indonesia. So this is an Indonesian-based recipe. So let's turn this guy on. So you got your fry oil going. It's going to be a shallow fry. You want it around 300, 350 degrees. We're just going to kind of eyeball it. Why don't I have you make the flavor paste for this,
Ooh,
okay?
very exciting.
So
Okay.
that's kind of fun. You're going to add your sliced lemongrass, your garlic,
Right
your
in.
white pepper, go right in.
Perfect.
Your cilantro, reserve a little bit of that cilantro for garnish.
All right.
Your turmeric powder, and
Perfect.
the salt there.
All in with the salt as well?
Yeah, you
or
can go
just
all in with that salt.
All right.
And while you're going ahead and making it beautiful, just start pounding it away. Up and down is good, and then a little bit of mix action, but really you want everything happen sort of in the center of that mortar and pestle there, and really pulverize it into a nice rough paste.
Well, tell me a little bit about your incredible restaurants that you have and why we're so lucky to have you here today.
We have Gado as well as Oma's Hideaway in Portland. Both are inspired by my grandmother and my grandmother's cooking. So as I said before, she's from Surabaya in Indonesia. The food that we do at the restaurants is definitely inspired by stuff I ate growing up, memories of food that she had me eat. So these fritters, for sure, are right in the wheelhouse of that. You can slice scallions a lot of different ways. The way we like to do it, clean those tops right off. You kind of want to cut them into, 2 to 3 inch lengths. And what we're going to do is cut them the long way so that when you throw them into the fritter batter, you get some nice textural quality, some little like tendrils of onions. We call these sexy scallions in the business.
Scallions.
Yeah.
That's that high quality cut right there. That's how you know that's some serious skill.
Lemongrass is fairly fibrous, so you want to get rid of the bottom parts, and the topmost parts are fairly tough. Super aromatic, kind of like citrusy notes, and then the outer part of this, I don't know if you can see that, is pretty tough, but the inner part where it starts to get purple is super tender. So you want to peel out the outer core of that, and then try to get really just those tender parts. And again, the thinner you can slice it to start, the easier your job is going to be when you're making that paste.
You made it very easy for me. So how's this looking, by the way?
Let's take a peek.
We want a paste, right?
It's looking pretty good. I think what you want to do is you can grab a spoon here to kind of help. Use the spoon to scrape the sides down. And like I said, the action kind of happens like right in the middle, and you're really going to like kind of get in there and pulverize it. You did a great job here. Nice kind of rough texture. Once that paste is done, that can go right into one of these mixing bowls. We're gonna get all of the sort of dry ingredients in there with the paste. So we have our AP flour.
Perfect.
This is rice starch, rice flour.
Great.
I'm gonna add a little crunch to that fritter. You wanna chop up a little bit of this basil for me? It's nice and thin there.
Perfect.
Like I said, we have these thin sliced green onions.
Oh yeah.
Our Napa cabbage that's been thin sliced. This is a lot of fresh Dungeness crab meat, but like I said, it's in the season, so we're gonna make these super decadent fritters. A little bit of chopped shrimp. You got that basil? Great. You can throw that right in here.
Perfect.
1 egg.
Ooh.
Start to mix this really well. Throw in your bean sprouts, and then it's gonna take exactly 1 can of your Hefe there.
So we're gonna grab that beer, give it a crack. Pour that right in. I wish people could smell what's going on in this. The beer really activates all the herbs and all the spices that we've added in that curry paste that we made. Oh my gosh. Smell of this.
The texture here is great. It's not runny thin, but it's not like so thick that you can't get like a nice spoonful. You want it to be able to kind of drop off the spoon into the pan.
Sweet.
And then a good way to test this fryer here is just take a little bit of your batter, and if it's bubbling away just like that, then you're ready to go.
Perfect.
You're good to go. And what you're gonna do is come over here, and I'm gonna let you fry off a bunch of these guys. You're gonna take a nice spoonful, something like that. They can be smaller, they can be bigger. If they get too big, they won't fry. Drop right off into the fryer there. kind of lift them up off the bottom, make sure they're not sticking. Yeah, just like that, and then just let them sit. I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 minutes. While those are frying, you can get yourself set up with basically like a little draining pan. You're going to flip those in a couple minutes. While those are going, I will make a quick dipping sauce. We're using things that you can just find at the store. You could use a sambal olek. Sambal is something that I love. I mean, it's a ubiquitous condiment in Indonesia and again throughout like Malaysia and Singapore. This is a sweet chili sauce that's similar to sambal. But you'll find this in like most grocery stores. And then this is QP mayo, but you can use regular mayo. And we're gonna do something really simple, which is just like 1-to-1, 1 part mayonnaise and 1 part chili sauce. And again, this is a sweet chili sauce, but this could be even like a sriracha or any kind of hot sauce that you have. Just something to add a little bit of kick to it. Let's see how those are looking on the bottom. I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit. Why don't you give them a flip and start cooking them on the other side, and then we can flip them back and brown them.
Look at this. Oh,
nice flip. Nice and crispy on the outside, and it's gonna stay nice and soft on the inside. So we'll just let those cook away, and you're doing a great job.
Sweet. Remember, if you're frying at home, make sure to send your food facing outwards, not against you. You don't want to splash yourself with hot oil.
That is some very good advice for the home cook. Probably my worst burns I've experienced in the kitchen are exactly that, like flipping something in hot oil. All right, so these are almost done here.
These are looking nice.
Got a little bit of color happening, which I love. You're gonna take these out. So you definitely want to drain some of the fat off these. And while those are draining, we can fry a few more. Great, and once these are a little bit drained, plate them up. A little bit of that chopped cilantro that we kept back. And some more of those sexy scallions.
Sexy scallions. Yeah. Perfect with a beer. No better way to finish it off.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna let you be first in.
Okay, let's do this. Cheers, my friend.